Now on CoastTV News.
We saw some showers and thunderstorms overnight with the frontal system, but now we're going to clear it out as we end the week. But that's short-lived. Another system brings a wintry mix on Saturday with a yellow alert for messy conditions. Details coming up.
5 Points Focus how DelDOT is ranking its priorities for the fix to coastal highways traffic issues.
Action on illegal immigration as the Trump administration says it is going after violent criminals, why some in the Delmarva Hispanic community say they are living in the fear of deportation.
Blood test battle. What is being debated in the Maryland General Assembly that could change the investigations into deadly car crashes?
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Friday, February 7th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Weber. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
It is the Friday before the Super Bowl. Birds fans ready to party this weekend. And just hours ago, Eagles running back Saquon Barkley.
Where did he go to school?
He's from Penn State.
Oh,
he was named the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. You didn't know that?
No, I've never heard of that school. Have you?
That's how it's going to be this morning. Okay.
Well, I had to. Well, first meteorologist Bob Trahey is going to join us. Bob, have you heard of that school before?
Hey.
No.
Wow. Well, I am taking the higher road. I am staying out of that fray. We're talking weather. And did you guys hear the lightning and thunder last night? We had a little surprise band of showers and thunderstorms come through with a frontal system, but now they're beginning to move offshore. But we had some vivid lightning and brief heavy rain from Salisbury up to Millsboro. Now it's starting to clear out. Could see a little bit of patchy fog as we go through the morning hours. Watch for that. Otherwise, things are quieting down as that system is starting to move offshore now. And you can see the thunder and lightning now moving offshore as the system is moving through. Behind it, we are going to dry it out for today. And we're seeing temperatures now in the 40s to around 50 in Bethany Beach. So a mild start, 47 in Georgetown, 49 in Ocean Pines, 51 in Ocean City. These could be the highs for the day. So temperatures not moving that much. Winds are light from the northwest, but they're going to rev up as we go into the day. So we're clearing things out this morning. Watch for a little bit of fog and temperatures in the 40s. You see the arrows starting to change color into the afternoon with gusty northwest winds. The temperatures actually falling a little bit, but I think we'll see 40s and 50s for highs and then cooling down into this evening. Your day part forecast. Watch for some wet roads this morning. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds near 50 this afternoon and gusty winds. We have a yellow alert for Saturday. Another system brings a wintry mix. I'll talk about that in your weekend forecast coming up a little bit later on.
All right, thank you, Bob. New this morning, debate in the Maryland General Assembly. This is over a bipartisan bill that deals with deadly car crashes. It would require drivers who are involved in an accident that results in the death of or a life-threatening injury to another person. They'd have to submit to breath and blood testing for impaired driving. Lower Shore State Senator Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is one of the sponsors. This afternoon's hearing takes place in the Judicial Proceedings Committee.
Also new this morning, Maryland State Police are urging everyone to stay safe this Super Bowl weekend. The agency is reminding drivers about and according to MSP, all 23 of its state barracks will be on alert along major roadways. And on the eastern shore, the troopers will focus on routes 50 and 13, among others.
In Delaware, it was just a few weeks ago that DelDOT held a meeting with Sussex County officials about 5 Points intersection in Lewis. It's long been one of the pain points when traveling on Coastal Highway. If you know, you know, especially during the summer season. And that is why DelDOT is working on a multi-phase project designed to improve traffic flow. It's a project that people seem to have some opinion on, good or bad.
I think it could get better. You know what I mean? It should get better. I mean, it's hard to say. Also, we're not having as much influx in the summer as we used to. You know, it's starting to be pretty busy year-round. So, yeah, I think as we get more used to the changes, it'll be okay, I think.
And DelDOT says they continue to focus on the smaller projects first of the overall plan.
Ocean Pines plans to add new electric signage in the town similar to the signs near the north entrance. The new town signage will be informational messages for the Ocean Pines community. The Ocean Pines Association plans to add the new signage to Macklin Creek Road and Cathell Road near the future.
We're just over a month into the new terms of the president, members of Congress, and statewide elected officials. And now we are learning that the woman holding one of the top positions in Delaware is already gearing up for 2026. Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings announced that she will seek a third term. And looking ahead, Delaware's primary election is September 15th of 2026. Election day will be Tuesday, November 3rd of that year.
Recently confirmed immigration and customs enforcement activity in our area has some people worried, especially in Georgetown. These are the hands of an immigrant man who asked Coast TV to protect his identity. Jose, the name we are using to identify him, immigrated from Guatemala to the first state 5 years ago. Now Jose is living in fear due to the recent ICE activity in our area, but he says that doesn't stop him.
El miedo a veces nos hace no salir.
Fear sometimes makes us not go out and not continue working, but we continue working to fight and give the daily bread to our family.
Georgetown Police is making it very clear that regardless of the recent ICE activity, people shouldn't stop seeking help when a crime has been committed. They say they are there for everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic or immigration status. And thousands of illegal immigrants were arrested during the first 2 weeks of the new Trump administration. In a post to X on Tuesday, the Department of Homeland Security and federal officials have arrested more than 8,700 illegal immigrants and deported nearly 6,000 people from 121 countries.
According to data, an average more than 600 arrests have been made every day since President Trump took office on January 20th. Cracking down on illegal immigration is a top priority for Trump.
The administration has sent troops and military aircraft to the southern border and deployed people from multiple federal agencies to assist with the effort.
Now taking a live look at the White House, where the Trump administration is dealing with a pushback against the effort to shrink the size of government. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the mass buyouts for employees, extending that deadline until Monday. But that won't affect employees of U.S. aid who face a new deadline of their own.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us this is happening as the man who will oversee the government budget cuts gets his day in the Senate.
The stories of
This morning, the Trump administration's buyout offers for federal workers are on hold. A judge paused the cost-cutting effort to slash the federal workforce until a Monday hearing after employee unions filed suit. A senior administration official tells NBC News more than 60,000 workers out of the more than 2 million offered the deal have taken it. That's fewer than expected. And as the White House urged more to accept.
If they don't want to show up to the office, if they want to rip the American people off, then they're welcome to take this buyout.
Democrats are arguing the buyout money is not guaranteed.
My fear is these folks are going to get scammed and then be the first to be fired because they've raised their hands.
Already on the chopping block, the U.S. Agency for International Development. Two sources tell NBC News the nation's principal humanitarian aid agency will shrink from more than 5,000 workers to less than 300. Two unions have sued, arguing only Congress could decide that. While overnight, thousands of workers at the General Services Administration were warned of substantial cuts as the administration looks to reduce federal building space to match a smaller workforce. President Trump applauding the government downsize led by billionaire Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is helping us on it, and he's pretty good.
Democratic lawmakers promising to fight back, targeting next month's government funding deadline.
I don't see many Democrats being willing to say, hey, we're going to pass a budget that is going to just funnel money to Elon Musk.
President Trump met with congressional Republicans yesterday seeking to head off a government shutdown. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, detour dangers, why people living in Millville believe these signs could be the cause of accidents.
Also, wage increase impacts as Maryland lawmakers try to present better pay for minimum wage workers. One business thinks that change would do more harm than good.
But first, unlikely helper fights fire. That's what the Milton Department is saying they got before arriving at the scene of this fire. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Camp Rehoboth Chorus celebrates their 15th season, performing on Broadway on Valentine's Day weekend. Featuring the best of Broadway show tunes and musicals, this concert features hits from Mamma Mia, Hair, Jersey Boys, and Hello Dolly. Performances are February 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinee on February 16th at 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth Beach. Tickets are $30 and $15 for students. Available at camprehoboth.org. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, February is Heart Month. Find out how you can raise awareness for heart health and protect yourself from cardiovascular disease. Plus, meet our adorable pet of the week, Coast Life. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
How many bottles of water do you drink every day? Wish you could get an endless supply of bottle-quality water right at your sink? You can with Shore Water Refining. For about $2 a day, you'll never need to buy another bottle of water. Our reverse osmosis system will take up less room than one case and save you time and money. And as a bonus, we'll install an emergency shutoff valve under your sink to protect you while you're away. Absolutely free. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today to get started.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups and unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
5:11 on this Friday morning. Watch for wet roads. We had those showers and storms overnight. We're still looking at a wet parking lot right now in the Bay Health Cam in Milford at 42. We had those showers and storms move through overnight with the frontal system, but now they've moved offshore and we're looking at a clearing trend. I am worried about a little bit of fog at the onset early this morning. Otherwise, we will start to clear it out. You can see those showers and storms now moving offshore with that frontal system. Temperatures not bad out the door into the 40s and low 50s. Not moving much today with this cold front coming through. Light winds now, but they'll pick up later on. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos. A cool start, but not bad. 47, a little wet out there. Then heading home, just a couple degrees warmer, 49, breezy and chilly conditions.
Thank you, Bob. One family home in Milton is in need of repairs after this fire you see right here on your screen. According to the Milton Fire Department, when crews arrived on the scene, they found an unexpected helper. A broken water pipe had already started putting out the fire. Officials continue to investigate what caused that fire. Unfortunately, no injuries were reported.
Developing news out of Milford, where a Dagsboro woman is facing charges after a hit and run. Police say 35-year-old Stacy Weldon was arrested on February 1st. She allegedly drove a stolen car into several fixed objects on Southeast Front Street. Weldon is being held on a bond of over $16,000.
New this morning, Christiana Care is announcing the recipients of its $1.6 million Community Investment Fund. The organization says the money will benefit 25 nonprofits across Delaware, and they say it's this year's recipients will focus on health improvement initiatives and addressing community needs. One of the organizations to accept part of that massive award is the Milford Housing Development Corporation. And Amazon could be on its way to becoming the world's largest retailer. This quarter, Amazon is expected to report $187 billion in sales. Walmart is forecast to bring in $180 billion, and last year Amazon made $638 billion in revenue, marking first time the company ever surpassed $600 billion.
If you are hosting a Super Bowl party this year, you can budget about the same as last year for store-bought food and drinks. According to a Wells Fargo report, if you're feeding 10 people a spread of chicken wings, guacamole, chips, and beer, that'll cost you about $139. Now, while the cost of beer and some food items have gone up, the cost of others have gone down. It almost balances out the total.
Still ahead, wage increase impact. We'll tell you how one business thinks the proposed changes would not only increase pay, but also prices.
We're starting to dry out after overnight showers and storms. Irish Eyes, Cam and Lewis looking good, calm, 47 degrees. So a cool start out the door, not chilly, and a drier Friday in store for Delmarva. Then a yellow alert Saturday with a wintry mix expected. Could be dicey on the roads. More unsettled weather into next week. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Transform your backyard into an outdoor oasis at Woodland Sheds in Bishopville, Maryland. Explore 11 acres with over 100 Amish buildings and 7,000 pieces of Amish poly furniture. Walk through our Amish-built sheds, kennels, coops, garages, and even pool houses. Enjoy free shed delivery and rent-to-own sheds with no credit check. We also have portable storage units. Visit us at Woodland Sheds, Route 113, Bishopville.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Time is 5:17, and you are looking live at the lights along the canal in Lewis. It's not a bad early February day today, Bob, but we got a first alert day tomorrow.
We do. Boy, it's a short-lived dry period, Matt, that we're looking at for today, because tomorrow we're right back into that wintry weather. So what to expect? Sunshine returns today. It'll be pleasant and breezy. Temperatures near 50 degrees, but then it's a yellow alert Saturday, especially into the afternoon and evening. I think we're going to see sleet, freezing rain, and snow turning to rain Saturday evening. So if you're traveling, keep that in mind. Could be a little dicey on the roads, and then more storms possibilities next Tuesday and Wednesday with snow, ice, and rain all on the table. Depends on the track of the system. We had a little sneaky system overnight with the front. We had some showers and some thunderstorms. I saw some lightning around Millsboro. We had some heavier rain around Salisbury as well. But that has now moved offshore, and we're going to start to clear the skies. I am concerned about a little bit of fog as we go through the morning hours. Otherwise, the precipitation has now moved away. You can see the showers and storms are racing offshore now as we see this frontal system moving through. Behind it, it's breezy and cooler. There's much colder air to the north. That'll be swinging through. Then eventually we'll see low pressure developing, and then that will start to build in as we go into later Saturday. Temperature-wise out the door, not bad. We're in the 40s, even 51 Ocean City, 49 in Bethany Beach, 47 in Georgetown. Winds are light now, but they'll be picking up through time as we're going to see conditions drying out today with the northwest wind picking up, and temperature temperatures not really much higher than they are right now. By 12:30, we're in the mid-40s, close to 50, I think, mid-afternoon for a lot of us, and then cooling down into the 30s tonight. And then by Saturday morning, we're looking at temperatures right around that freezing mark. We thicken up the clouds tomorrow. Then it gets a little dicey into the afternoon hours. We could start precipitation as snow, and then you see this peach color. This could be sleet and freezing rain as we go into 2 o'clock. You can see temperatures around that critical freezing mark, and then still sleet around 4 o'clock. Then that's changing to rain, a cold rain as we go into Saturday evening with temperatures into the mid-30s. And then that precipitation clears out as we go into early Sunday. And then Sunday itself, we do clear it out, and it's colder with temperatures in the 40s. As far as snow goes, we could see upwards of an inch of snow from this system as we go into the afternoon and evening, and even a little bit of ice accumulation. Doesn't take much to snarl up the roads. From Salisbury to Millsboro, Ellendale definitely could see a little glaze. And then we see another system moving in on Tuesday. That could promise snow, a wintry mix, and then a cold rain. It really depends on the track of that system. And then another one later Wednesday and Thursday promising mainly rain. Boy, what an active pattern. 49 today. Yellow alert Saturday afternoon and evening for that wintry mix, 40 degrees. 46 Sunday. And then the next system brings a mixed bag of wintry precip. Tuesday, 39, and then maybe a little warmer Thursday, 49 with rain. Congratulations to William DiNicola from Millsboro. He is the proud owner of a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Entry-level workers in Maryland could soon see another increase in pay. During Governor Westmore's State of the State address this week, he spoke about the enacted law that raised the minimum wage to $15 per hour. And now there is a new effort being pushed by Democrats and their supporters to continue those increases to $20 an hour by the year 2030. A similar hike has gone into effect in California, and according to over 600 small restaurant owners in that state, it led to higher food prices and laying off staff. Similar concerns shared by one local business owner we spoke to.
So all foods, goods, and services, they're raising their prices for the employees, so now it's costing me more to bring that food into the store. It's costing me more to prepare that food, and all that has to transfer onto the menu cost around where we're out of business.
Now, if this legislation does pass, it will then be voted on by Marylanders in the 2026 general election. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, should tips be taxed in Maryland?
And so far, about 58% of voters say no, workers need it. 40% say yes, like other income. And 2% say only for high earners. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on our mobile app.
More to come this morning. Detour dangers will tell you why these signs are causing concern in Millville.
And if football is not your thing, don't worry. There are lots of other ways to spend your weekend. We'll show you all of the cool things to do when Coast TV News Today comes right back.
Local news is really important, especially right now. Local news is still largely trusted by the people in the community that they cover. And a big part of that is because we're out in the community every day. We're meeting people, we're talking to people, we're telling their specific stories, because there's a lot of people that want to know what's going on here. There's a lot of people that have opinions about what's going on here. That matters from a journalistic standpoint.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
Coming up, who's gearing up for the Super Bowl? She's got the inside scoop on those star-studded commercials. And a huge surprise from Grammy winner Seal.
This is so exciting!
Friday at noon on Coast TV.
Lighten up your week. Subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com. Get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
In Millville on Substation Road, there's been construction since October of last year. And on your screen right now is a detour on Burbage Road and Substation Road where the detour sign is off the shoulder. The one on Beaver Dam Road and Substation, which is causing problems for people who use this road every day.
It's causing everybody to cross over the double yellow lines and possibly get into an accident with oncoming traffic.
Brown also told Coast TV just yesterday morning his neighbor almost saw an accident caused by that detour sign being in the road. And we are now going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. Bob, luckily this morning when I got into my car, it was 15 degrees warmer than yesterday morning.
A lot warmer, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we have temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, close to 50 degrees. And at the beaches for today, we're looking at sunshine, a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures not moving much. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, mid to upper 40s for you. There is a small craft advisory goes into effect this afternoon. It will be breezy, so some whitecaps heading up to Cape May from Lewis on the ferry, mid 40s there. Same for Rehoboth with a mix of sun and clouds. On the Bayside, 1 to 2 foot waves with upper 40s today in Cambridge. It will be breezy, and Crisfield upper 40s as well. Then unsettled weather into Saturday with a wintry mix and a yellow alert. I'll talk about that more coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Bob. And watching the Super Bowl is not the only cool thing to do this weekend.
Yeah, Coast TV's Christina DiRobertis has a lot more options to tell you about.
If you like music, history, or just being outside, there's plenty of ways to make the most of your weekend. Wake up bright and early Saturday and head to Cape Henlopen State Park for Trails Day. It's a monthly event where you can do your part to help keep the state park clean and beautiful. Or head to the Milford Public Library and learn about the history of the Tuskegee Airmen. Hear stories of the pioneering black aviators, determined politicians, and far-sighted educators. In Millsboro, Mary Mother of Peace Church will be hosting a 4-hand classical music concert at 4 p.m. on Sunday. If you still need to get that special someone something for Valentine's Day in Lewis, you can learn how to make a sailor's valentine at the Zwannendale Museum. And don't forget, episode 3 of The Swift Effect airs at noon Saturday right here on Coast TV. For more details, head to coasttv.com and check out the Cool Things to Do article.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque, knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
have some fun? Yeah! Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this wheel. Friday at 7 on Coast TV.
Everything has led to this.
The Jeopardy Tournament of Champions.
Who will claim the prize? $250,000.
Anything can happen in a game of Jeopardy.
Friday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Now on Coast TV News.
We saw some showers and thunderstorms overnight, but now we're clearing out and we're shaping up to see a nice end to the week. Another system brings a wintry mix on Saturday with a yellow alert and expecting messy conditions. Details coming up.
Roll Rule Reform, the bipartisan bill in the Maryland General Assembly designed to help in the investigation of deadly crashes.
5 points progress questions. We look at the big project for Coastal Highway and the concerns that it is not moving fast enough to deal with ongoing traffic issues.
Third term try, the announcement coming from Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings.
This is Coast TV News Today.
February 7th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:31 on this Friday morning. We have hit the weekend, and I know for a lot of Eagle fans out there, the countdown is on, just a few days away from the Super Bowl.
I'm sure the grocery store tonight and tomorrow is going to be busy.
So, yes.
I was planning on going tonight, but now I'm going to rethink that. I don't know if that's a good time to go. But, Bob, if you're going to the grocery store this weekend, it's going to be cold outside when you're in the parking lot, most likely.
Absolutely. That's going to be chilly and messy, I think, as we go into your Saturday with the wintry mix. More on that coming up. We had some overnight showers and thunderstorms. I noticed lightning this morning, some heavy rain around Millsboro, back through Salisbury. We saw that quickly zip on through a couple hours ago. Now it's starting to clear out behind a system, behind a front. Now those showers and storms quickly moving offshore. We're clearing out. We could see some areas of fog early this morning, so watch for that. Otherwise, drying out, becoming breezy behind this system. Right now, out the door, not bad. Mid to upper 40s, lower 50s in Ocean City. And I think temperatures only rising a little bit today because the winds will pick up from the northwest and they'll get gusty. So we're looking at temperatures through the 40s this morning, winds picking up. I think we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds by 2 o'clock, upper 40s, close to 50, maybe in a few spots, and then breezy and then colder as we go into this evening. Here's a drive cast. Watch for puddles and wet roads this morning. I gave it the yellow light for the morning commute, and then heading home, much better, breezy and chilly green light as you head home on your Friday evening.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, a potential requirement for drivers involved in deadly crashes. There's a bipartisan bill being talked about in the Maryland State Senate. It would require drivers who are involved in an accident that results in the death of or a life-threatening injury of another person to submit breath and blood testing for impaired driving. Lower Shore State Senator Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is one of the bill's sponsors, and this afternoon's hearing takes place in the Judicial Proceedings Committee.
Also new this morning, Maryland State Police say they are increasing efforts for this Super Bowl weekend. Troopers are attempting to deter aggressive drivers, and according to State Police, all 23 of the state barracks will be on alert along all big roadways on the Eastern Shore. Troopers are going to focus on routes 50 and 13.
Ocean Pines plans to add new electric signage in the town, similar to this sign right here at the north entrance. The two new signages will be informational messages for the Ocean Pines community. The Ocean Pines Association plans to add the signage to Manklin Creek Road and Cathel Road in the near future.
Road repairs and reaction from people who drive on them. We've been talking about DelDOT and their projects for quite some time now. We've even covered their meeting with Sussex County officials last week.
And part of that discussion were some heavy doubts or concerns amongst the work being done on these projects. And Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us how some people on the coast think the improvements are taking far too long.
Rough, rocky roads. That's the scene on some of our Sussex County streets and intersections like Mulberry Knoll Road and the 5 Points intersection in Lewis right now. Through meetings, workshops, and discussions, DelDOT has been working to make repairs and fix some of these issues. Christopher Gordy lives in Lewis. He told Coast TV while these projects are good, they have been slow to start.
I think, like I said, DelDOT's been doing a good job. It's just maybe the planning wasn't the greatest.
But Gordy stays optimistic.
We're not having as much influx in the summer as we used to. You know, it's starting to be pretty busy year-round. So And I think as we get more used to the changes, it'll be okay, I think.
The biggest part of the discussion came from Sussex County officials at a recent meeting. County Administrator Todd Lawson voicing his concern, saying DelDOT needs to, quote, move ahead with road improvement projects that have failed to progress to design or construction. Lewis local David DeReamer, however, is happy with the work and thinks these projects are on a good pace.
I have no complaints about that, especially with the construction. I think it's a fantastic job they're doing, and the new circle will be definitely an improvement.
But it's not just the 5 Points intersection that needs the most attention. Take a look at Mulberry Knoll Road, for instance. If you look right down here, you'll notice a huge pothole, rocks coming out of the ground, and the cracks go all the way down to the end of the road. And DelDOT told us that these types of smaller projects are what they're looking to do before they do anything major with the 5 Points intersection. DelDOT says it's working with Sussex County to make these roads drivable and more accessible year-round. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
And DelDOT officials say they are taking their time with the projects rather than pushing the process. They want to make sure their time and make sure all plans are figured out.
We are just over a month into new terms for the president, members of Congress, and statewide elected officials. Now we are learning that the woman holding one of the top positions in Delaware is already gearing up for 2026. Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings announced that she will seek a third term, and the last three-term AG in Delaware was former Sussex County Superior Court Judge Jane Brady.
Now taking a live look at the White House, President Donald Trump faces pushback from Democrats on his immigration efforts.
And happening today, a Massachusetts judge is considering a lawsuit from multiple states. It challenges an executive order on ending birthright citizenship for the children of some immigrants. The administration is bringing in its own lawsuit against officials in Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago. It argues law enforcement there must turn over undocumented immigrants to ICE, even if their only crime is being in the U.S. illegally.
Let us know when you release them, let us be there. Let law enforcement work for law enforcement.
There are responsible judges inside the judiciary who I think are taking on the Trump administration.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is set to visit the Guatemalan Bay Naval Base today, and Trump wants to house thousands of immigrants in its migrant detention facility.
Got an update on the deadly flight collision in D.C. According to Unified Command, all 67 victims who died in the aircraft collision over the Potomac River have been recovered and positively identified. Recovery teams hope to lift the Army Black Hawk from the water today. Still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, egg price problem. We'll tell you why high prices may not be the only issue facing customers along the coast.
Also, Blue Raider bomber, the three-point barrage by Woodbridge that helped them get a key conference win.
And players prepare for football's biggest game. We'll show you what top players from the Eagles and the Chiefs are saying with less than 72 hours to kick off. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Camp Rehoboth Chorus celebrates their 15th season, performing on Broadway on Valentine's Day weekend. Featuring the best of Broadway show tunes and musicals, this concert features hits from Mamma Mia, Hair, Jersey Boys, and Hello Dolly. Performances are February 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinee on February 16th at 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth Beach. Tickets are $30 and $15 for students. Available at camprehoboth.org. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck handbag for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, February is Heart Month. Find out how you can raise awareness for heart health and protect yourself from cardiovascular disease. Plus, meet our adorable pet of the week, Coast Life. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
5:39 on our Friday morning. Still pretty wet out there. I know Salisbury had some showers and storms overnight. 47 there right now. We're drying out, and we're looking at those storms that came through overnight from Millsboro into areas of northern Maryland, southern Sussex County. It was wet for a while, but now we're starting to dry out. I am concerned about a little bit of fog through the morning hours, but we have the system moving through. A cold front will be passing through. It'll get breezy behind this system, and it'll be a cooler day. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 40s and lower 50s now around Ocean City. Temperatures not moving much from these levels as we go through the day. Winds are light now, but they'll pick up later today. Don't need the rain gear out the door. Watch for wet roads. Still some puddles out there, and drive with caution. It will be breezy this afternoon. Make sure you have a warm beverage and grab the sunglasses. You'll need those today. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast. It's sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico.
Got another scam to tell you about. An advertisement has been circulating on Facebook falsely claiming to offer vendor spaces for a fee. It's promoting a spring festival at Cape Henlopen High School. But this is bogus, according to officials and local authorities. And those people who have paid to reserve a vendor spot are urged to contact their local police department to report this scam.
A Jim Crow-era relic in Ocean City is still awaiting some much-needed love and care. Restoration work on the Henry Hotel was supposed to start a few months ago, and that work has been delayed, but the foundation working to save the building remains optimistic. However, the hotel has made some headway so far, receiving 3 state grants that will help kickstart those much-needed renovations, and the president of the hotel is hoping the work will start within the next 3 months.
Christiana Care is announcing the recipients of its $1.6 million community investment fund. The organization says the money will benefit 25 nonprofits across Delaware. And they say this year's recipients will focus on health improvement initiatives and addressing community needs. One of the organizations to accept part of the award is the Milford Housing Development Corporation that focuses on affordable housing.
We are now taking a live at where all of the action will take place on Sunday. The countdown to kickoff has started, Super Bowl 59. We are just a couple of days away. And the Kansas City Chiefs are looking to win their 3rd Super Bowl in a row, while the Eagles are looking for revenge after losing to the Chiefs 2 years ago in the big game. New Orleans is hosting that game this year, and the city knows a little bit about big parties. But for the Chiefs and the Eagles, this is a business trip with the planning and practice just about over now. Players on both teams anxious to get to the game.
All about your focus. It's all about keeping the main thing truly.
I think more than anything, it's just to be able to win. I know that sounds easy, but to be able to win with the team that's around you is something that's special and that the greatest do.
Both teams are looking for greatness, and fans are looking to have a great time.
Speaking of a great time, the big game's big performer also gearing up to take the field on Sunday. Kendrick Lamar, who is still soaring after his sweeping win at the Grammys, will perform at halftime. And during a press conference on Thursday, he noted how representing rap and culture is something he says he's worked hard for.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
This time, 2 weeks from now, we will know which 2 teams are playing for the Henlopen title in boys basketball. Last night was an important one. Lake Forest trying to keep pace with the best at 9-6. Woodbridge with the win would move within a half a game of the Spartans in the South. First quarter, Malachi Hayes pulls up, banks in 2, and the Blue Raiders lead to start. Smarty's turn. Darius Miller of Lake Forest from the elbow. Tough make. It's 4-2. Lake in front. Back to Woodbridge. Markel Clark to Dedrick Jones. Puts the lay up and in. And the lead back to Woodbridge. 6-4 first quarter. Then Seth Young doing Seth Young things from way downtown. And then it's Miller time in Felton. Playing high above the rim where only he can climb. Slams it home. 15-12 Woodbridge after 1. Second quarter. Young driving baseline. The layup is good. 17-14. Woodbridge still in front. And the Raiders would respond from deep. Emmanuel Miles Martin, he had his imprint all over this game from downtown. 24-21 in the third quarter. Young helping Lake keep pace. Spartans now in front, 25-24 in the third. In the fourth, Young cooler than the other side of the pillow from deep, but Woodbridge would respond. Isaiah Giles with 11, Miles Martin finished with 16, and he powers Woodbridge to the win, 49-41.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 8:30, it's Early College High School facing off against Indian River in girls basketball. Then a recap of all that action is on the final score at 10:30. For your exclusive games on DSN Plus, along with that game of the night, at 4 p.m. you can watch Parkside take on James M. Bennett in wrestling. Then in girls basketball, Delmarva Christian faces Middletown at 4:15. Also in girls basketball, Mardell takes on Parkside at 5 p.m. And lastly at 5:30, Hollygrove plays Greenwood Mennonite in boys basketball.
And this Saturday, got a big one here. DSN will be providing special coverage of the inaugural NCAA game at the stadium in Baltimore. You can watch it live on DSN at 11 a.m. and stream it on DSN Plus.
We've got wet roads out there this morning, so use extra caution, but they'll be drying out pretty quickly. Right now, Tidal Health Camp showing some dampness out there, 47 degrees. We're looking at a drier Friday in store for Delmarva, then a yellow alert as a wintry mix will be building in on Saturday. Could be a little dicey on the roads, and then more unsettled weather into next week. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between.
From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. Sponsored by Tyndall's Casual Furniture and North Star Heating and Air Conditioning.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
She assaulted you when she came back to pick up the car.
Correct. A mechanic's customer blows a gasket.
She's screaming, "I'm gonna kill you, give me my keys."
Stop running, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm just...
So I eventually called 911.
Now she's in a bigger fix.
In the course of that assault, she grabbed into your pocket and took money.
The police searched me and the car. They didn't find any money on me.
You took his money.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 2 on CoastTV.
The time is now 5:47 and we are taking a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Bob, it's a little bit warmer than it was yesterday morning, but I definitely saw some puddles when I was driving in, so you do need to be careful.
You do. Absolutely, Elisa. You know, we had some of those showers and storms overnight, Salisbury, northern Maryland into southern Sussex County. Those are now gone, but I am concerned about a little bit of fog, and you can see visibility now is 7 miles in Salisbury, 8 in Georgetown, 8 in Ocean City, so a little foggy this morning. But then the breezes kick in today. It will be a pleasant day, near 50 degrees, but our nice weather's short-lived because we've got a yellow alert for Saturday. I think we're looking at sleet, freezing rain, snow, turning to rain as we go into Saturday evening. Kind of messy. And then another storm possible next Tuesday and Wednesday. Snow, ice, and rain all on the table. It's all about track. We'll have more on that coming up. But here's our 4-hour radar replay. You can see some of those thunderstorms that were rolling through from Salisbury to Delmar, Cross Keys up to Highway 9 and then down to Ocean Pines. Some heavy rain and lightning, but now that system has moved offshore. We're starting to clear things out. You can see how those storms are quickly zipping out to sea as we've got a cold front that is sweeping through right now. And then behind this front, we're looking at breezy conditions as we go through the day. Even some lake effect snow across Pennsylvania and New York as a secondary cold front is pushing through the Great Lakes. So cold air continues to settle to the south, and then we're going to to see another system developing that will bring us a wintry mix as we go into later Saturday. Right now, 48 Bethany Beach, 46 Rehoboth, 47 in Georgetown, 47 in Delmar. Temperatures not rising too much today. Northwest winds are light now, but they'll be picking up as we go into the afternoon. As we're looking at mainly 40s out the door this morning, watch for a little bit of fog, wet roads. And then as we go into the noon hour, we're looking at mid-40s with maybe a few clouds. It gets breezy and it's going to be cool into the afternoon with mid to upper 40s, close to 50 degrees in some places. Around 47 in Millsboro, cooler low 40s near Dewey Beach. And then for this evening, breezy and chilly if you're headed out. And temperatures as we go through the overnight near freezing. And by tomorrow morning, we're looking at freezing temperatures. We increase the clouds, could hit 40 degrees for a time, but then by the afternoon, shortly afternoon, here comes some snow. And I think that's a short period of snow. And then you see this peach color, that is sleet and maybe some freezing rain for the rest of the afternoon until about 4 or 5 o'clock, making the roads very dicey. And then it's plain rain as warmer air comes off the Atlantic. So then by 6 o'clock, mid-30s, any frozen precipitation turns to rain, and that continues through the evening hours with 30s to close to 40 degrees. Then that system should wind down as we go into very early Sunday morning. And then as we go into Sunday, we'll see the sunshine. It will be breezy and cooler with highs in the 40s. As far as snow goes, we could see maybe a half inch to about an inch of snow, especially across Delaware, lesser amounts to the south. And then we're looking at ice and maybe a little bit of accumulating ice from Salisbury up to Ellendale and near Millsboro. I think we're not looking at ice at the beaches. There's another system that moves in on Tuesday with snow, sleet, and rain. Really depends on the track with this system, exactly what kind of mode of precipitation we'll see. And then there's another system that brings rain as we go into Thursday. Looks like it does dry out by Valentine's Day. Whew, what an active pattern. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 49 today, and then that wintry mix later Saturday with the yellow alert, 40. Sunday, 46. It clouds up on Monday. Another wintry mix on Tuesday, maybe a more significant system, 39. And then another chance of rain by Thursday and a high of 49.
They're keeping you on your toes over there, Bob. All right. Bird flu is still in full swing across the country, and for here on the coast, that's impacting local markets and their egg supply. Lloyd's Market in Lewis says that 2 out of their 4 suppliers simply have had no eggs to give them over the last couple of weeks, so they've turned to more local options. More than 13 million hens across the country have been lost or slaughtered since December after the bird flu outbreak, according to the Agricultural Department.
Eggs are a staple, so you got to have eggs in your house. So we tried to make it as affordable as we can, but you also can't give them away, and the pricing and getting them is hard.
Now, Holahan says he's had many customers tell him they've had to hold off buying eggs due to the price increase.
And around the end of January, Denmark and the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Wildlife Services have expanded statewide efforts to collect sick and dead snow geese and other birds affected by the bird flu outbreak. The goal is to monitor the spread of the bird flu as highly contagious virus, and the public is urged to report sightings of sick or deceased wild birds to Denmark's wildlife section using its online reporting form. However, not all reports will receive a direct response. Denmark representatives may follow up and additional details are needed.
Meanwhile, a newer strain of the bird flu virus has been detected in Nevada. According to the Nevada Department of Agriculture, 6 dairy herds in the state tested positive for a newer strain named D1.1. The USDA detected the newly infected herds on January 31st. That was through a federal program that tests milk in large silos across the U.S.
We're starting to dry out after the overnight rain and showers. 46 on the Irish Ice Cam in Lewis, and we're looking at a drier and breezier Friday on the way. Then a yellow alert for Saturday for a wintry mix. More unsettled weather into next week with more rain and snow. Your active 10-day forecast is coming up after the break.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
Be on your best behavior. Like Child Protective Services is coming for a visit.
It's time for Reba's Sisters.
We're here.
Not so happy mama drama.
I'm sorry, but if she can't handle the heat, she shouldn't have done the happy.
Happy's Place, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
I got a primo lawyer.
He's good?
No, terrible. Primo is my cousin.
It's Lopez
Rejoice!
versus Lopez versus Lopez. Mario Lopez on the Lopez season finale, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Taylor Swift's draw and the draw for concerts are so huge that it's not just about the ticket sales.
She's a business. From hotels to car rentals to restaurants.
Where is there not an effect?
The Swift Effect, Episode 3, The Swift Economy, this Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Here's a bit of a shocker. I'm kidding. Most food advertised during football games, it's not good for you. Researchers found about 10% of the commercials during a typical NFL game advertised, and the medium amount of sodium in that food was just over 900 milligrams. That's more than a third of what you're supposed to have in an entire day. That might be bad, but Elisa, that food tastes so good.
It's one day.
So
One
good.
day. It's fine. Well, the time is now 5:56. We're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And as we do on Fridays, our coastal pet of the day brought to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. Look at that on your screen. That's Kova. Kova has a goofy personality that loves affection at her own pace. And if you want to adopt Kova or any other of the pets that they have, head on over to the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where you'll see the QR code. Scan that, get your friends to us here at Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
The time is now 5:56, and we're going to get another quick look at your forecast. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, we are starting the week with nice conditions. Emphasis on the word, Bob, starting.
Yep, and we're ending the week on a pretty nice note as well. We had some of those showers overnight, and we're going to see a breezy day. We will dry it out as the winds get pretty gusty out of the northwest, and temperatures not rising too much into the upper 40s, maybe a couple of places inland hitting 50 degrees, but I'm going 49 today. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. A yellow alert for Saturday, looking at a wintry mix of sleet, snow, rain, a mixed bag into the afternoon. Kind of messy, all turning to rain. It dries out Sunday. We've got another system on Tuesday. We'll probably have an alert for that at some point for rain and snow, 39. A little warmer Thursday, 49. And then Valentine's Day is dry and colder. And then, yeah, it looks like more rain into next weekend.
Thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, illegal immigration efforts, the success in cracking down on violent criminals. But we also have the deportation fears felt by some on Delmarva. That and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.